A frisbee is a circular plastic disc that people throw at each other. It is like a boomerang, but it does not come back. My fourth job was when I was called up for jury duty. I didn't get paid much, but got free cookies and coffee. Jurors are outstanding members of the community who haven't murdered anybody. I made it to the short list for a trial where a man killed all his friends at his own surprise birthday party. Unfortunately, I didn't get selected because they found out I had been a mental patient at one point.
No.
Have you ever been hang gliding? My fifth job was as a garbage collector. I got to clean up after litter bugs and didn't have to talk to anybody. Sometimes I used to pretend I was an intergalactical robot. One time, the police took me in for questioning, but let me go when they decided I wasn't a threat to anybody, except myself. The sixth job I had was for the United States Army in the stationery supply department. Because I am good with numbers, I had to work out how many ballpoint pens the Army needed. One day they did a security check and asked whether I was a member of any radical groups. I told them I was a member of the New York Science Fiction Fan Club. They said this didn't count, but dismissed me anyway. Fortunately, I did not remember to tell them I was once a communist. Have you ever been a communist? Have you ever been attacked by a crow or similar large bird? When I was 9, a crow attacked me on my way to school. I had to have 3 stitches. And in spring, I now wear a helmet with eyes I have painted on. People laugh at me when I wear my helmet. I'm not sure why. People often confuse me, but I try not to let them worry me. New York is a very busy and noisy place. I would prefer to live somewhere much quieter, like the moon. I don't like crowds, bright lights, sudden noises, or strong smells. New York has all these, especially the smells. I often wear nose and earplugs when I go outside. That helps keep me calm. I find humans interesting, but I have trouble understanding them. I think, however, I will understand and trust you. You appear very happy, and I think you would smell like a shrimp, as I know Australia has a lot of shrimps. Can you speed read? I have taught myself to read 2 pages at once. 1 eyeball per page. I have to go now, even though I have not told you about my 7th job in a condom factory. Right back soon, your American friend, Max Jerry Horowitz. P.S. Please find enclosed a photo from one of those booths. P.P.S. Thank you for the cherry ripe, and I am glad you like chocolate as much as I do. I have never eaten sweetened condensed milk, but I will try some this week. P.P.P.S. I have never used a condom.
Max hoped Mary would write again. He'd always wanted a friend that wasn't invisible, a pet or rubber figurine. He counted the stars and wondered how many days, hours, minutes it would take his letter to reach Australia. Vera was not impressed. Not impressed at all. There was no way this nutcase was going to be her daughter's pen friend, she thought to herself. There was enough ugliness in the world. Mary would be home from school in an hour, enough time for another cup of tea and a bit of cricket to soothe the nerves and dissolve the memory of Max's letter from her pickled mind.
For one more bag.
Sure, Mrs. Dinkle, hop in.
Come on, Kevin.
Come on, Vera, I've got some other bags to pick up. That all the rubbish?
Yep.
See you, Toots. Sweet baby Jesus.
Even though Max's letter smelt like fish heads at orange peel, Mary drank his words like a bowl of alphabet soup, and hadn't been this excited since Grandpappy Ralph had found a coin up her nose. She wrote back immediately on some butcher's paper she'd stolen from some chops.
Dear Max, I'm so excited you voted back. I don't think my parents like you, so from now on, send stuff to my neighbour, Len Hislop, at 26 Lummington Drive, Mount Waverley. He's old, with no legs. They got tutored off in World War II, when some Japanese peoples kept him in a cage above piranhas. Piranhas are goldfish that have teeth. He's scared of outside, which is a disease called homophobia. He started giving me 50 cents a week to get his mail. I'm saving to buy a castle in Scotland and marry a man called Earl Grey. Do you get the noblets in America? Well, my favourite noblet is Vanity Noblet. He wants to be everyone's friend, even the boys. In your letter, you said you had no friends. Well, neither do I. Yesterday at school, Bernie Clifford weed on my spam sandwich and called me Pooh-Face because of my birthmark. I wish I could peel it off like a Band-Aid. He also laughed because I had no buttons. Ethel picked them off and Mum couldn't thread a needle because she'd been testing the sherry, so she used pegs instead. When I got home, I climbed into my secret place till dinner time. The other kids also laugh at my haircut. Dad has to cut my hair because Mum says real hairdressers sell your hair to Chinamen who stuff mattresses. My teacher, Mrs. Pendergast, says I should smile more.